In the next few videos, we're going to go over the definition of probability, the addition rule, and the multiplication rule. Probability is how likely an event will occur. For instance, the probability it will rain tomorrow might be 20%, and you might think it could rain or it might not. It's kind of a lower chance of rain. Or the probability of it raining tomorrow might be around 70%, and you're pretty sure it will rain. So the higher the probability, the more likely that event will occur. To get the probability, it's a pretty simple formula. It is the frequency of that event, so the frequency of the event that you want the probability for, divided by the total frequency for all outcomes in the sample space. So it is the frequency of just that event occurring, or the number of times that it can occur, divided by all the different outcomes. We can report this in proportion or percentage. So when we say proportion, that is out of 1. When we say percentage, that is out of 100%. So you look at this little picture here, and a proportion or probability of 0 means it's impossible. It will never happen. And then as you go up to 1, all the way to 1, that means it's certain it will happen. We have a 100% chance of it happening. If you have a 1/6 chance, then it's probably unlikely. A 50-50 chance, it could go either way, and a 4 and 5 chance would be really likely but not certain. For the formula that we just talked about to hold up, we need what's called random sampling. And also for the rules that we're going to talk about, the addition rule and the multiplication rule, we need to have random sampling. So everything that we're going to talk about in probability has this assumption of random sampling. So if this falls through, then these probability rules don't hold up. And random sampling is equivalent to selecting names out of a hat. Okay, it's kind of the easy way to think about it. And when you do that, each person or experimental unit has an equal chance of being selected. So if we're going to survey people and you want to have random sampling, everyone has to have an equal chance of being selected. So say it's at some job and you want to randomly select people from that job. Then you would have to put everyone's name in a hat or use some kind of program to randomly select people. Or if you're doing probability based on marbles, you put all the marbles in a bag and you randomly select a marble. You're not looking for a certain type of marble. It's blind to you of which one you're picking. And if you do that, then everyone has an equal chance, or every marble has an equal chance of being selected. And that is random sampling. And that is needed for these probability rules to hold up. So all these probability rules have an assumption of random sampling. So let's do the formula in action. So here we have an example, and it says, what is the probability of randomly choosing a red marble? So here we have our formula, and remember, probability is equal to the frequency of an event divided by the total frequency for all outcomes in that sample space. So this is our sample space, what we're going to choose from. And if you count all the marbles, that's the total frequency for all outcomes, because when we randomly select from this bag, we could pick any one of these marbles. But we want to know the probability of picking a red marble. So that is the frequency of our event. And our event is the red marble, picking a red marble. So we're going to have probability, I'm just going to use P, equals, and then I'm going to count the red marbles. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red marbles divided by, and then we're going to count the rest of them. So we had 9 red, and then let's keep counting. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have 20 them. And then if you get out your calculator and you do 9 divided by 20, you will get 0.45. 0.45 is a proportion, so that is out of 1. So this is the proportion, the 0.45. If we want a percentage, we multiply that by 100 or move the decimal point over twice. So if you did that, you would get 45%. So the 45% is out of 100%, and the 0.45 proportion is out of 1. Both of these are probability, just in kind of different units.